round for Edward Quinn. Yay! Great. How's everyone doing? Excellent. It's lovely to be here in this fine city. Any other Americans in the crowd tonight?
I would love to be in America.
Trust me, it's not great right now. I would love for you to be an American as well. I'm sure America could use more of you and less of the rest of them. So you're welcome to America at any time. It is tough to admit to being an American right now. I want everybody to be cool with it for two reasons. First of all, I did not vote for Trump. Thank you. Thank you. It's literally the least I could have done as a human being who wants to continue to live on this planet. The second reason I want everyone to be okay is I am unarmed. I wish there was an okay period in American history for me to say that and for us not to be like, ooh. Make it happen, America. I do live over here in the UK now. I love living in the UK. A lot of reasons to love living in the UK. Perhaps my favorite reason, loving the free health care. Please don't ever let it go away. I moved over here riddled with disease. I am mostly better now. The pills have kicked in. I don't know. I had a bunch of shit. It's fine. It's fine, though. It's all right. Sometimes I wore in the front row. Things jump off of me still from time to time. But they're mostly a nuisance. Pills will take care of them. Creams, ointments, things like that. I've lived over here for 12 years. Can you believe I've lived over here that long? I still sound like this. What? It's because I don't try. 12 years, that's a long enough period to have made some observations about you guys. One of the things I've noticed, you guys have a lot of people in this country called Gary. It's just stone cold fact. There's not very many people called Gary in America. But everyone in this room knows at least one Gary. I can practically guarantee it. You know what? I'm not even sorry about that. Tell your friend Gary. He'll love it. I've got one theory why the name Gary is so popular in the UK, especially here in the North. And that's because that's as close as you can get to naming your child Gravy without actually naming it Gravy. Like, this is my son, because that's what they sound like where I live in Manchester. This is my son. Gary. Pisto. Oxo. Norcube. The fourth. There's three more before I'm on a long line of Garys. It's always at that point I like to apologize to anybody who is immediately or emotionally attached to that little baby I was cradling. Because when I did that, little Gary fell to the floor. And that's why lesbians should not be parents. Yes, you heard it here first. And yes, I do speak for all of us. I am my community's mouthpiece, which is not as much fun as it sounds. More of an admin role, really. I thought it would be cool, but I should have read the fine print. I drink a lot of coffee. Coffee drinkers in the house? I drink too much coffee, you could probably tell. I went into Starbucks recently. You know, they do this thing now where they write your name on the cup. I went and I ordered a drink. The barista asked my name, so I said Kate, because that's what it is. The barista asked me to repeat it, so I very clearly enunciated. I said, it's Kate. It's not what the barista thought I looked like. He thought I looked more like a Keith. Yes. I shit you not. I was staring right at him with my woman's face and my ample bosom pointed in his general direction. But he still took one look at what was going on and was like, nah. You're definitely a Keith, pal. Now here's the thing, I'm not one of those women that gets really head up about being mistaken for a gentleman. I'm aware of what I look like. I have a mirror at home. I I dress tomboyishly. I have a short haircut. Most of this is intentional. So, no big deal, guys. NBD. But Keith? Come on, man. That's not even a handsome man's name. I won't go to that Starbucks anymore out of the sheer insult of it. I go to the one a block away where they write Hank on my cup. So that's a handsome man's name, Hank or a Jake. I got one more thing before I get out of here. I like gigging over here in the UK. I love it. But I started doing comedy back in New York, and I have to admit my material has changed since crossing the pond. And that's mostly because my writing circumstances have changed. You see, back in Brooklyn where I started out, I could get out of my day job, take myself to a coffee shop, sit there with a cappuccino and a muffin and write my thoughts of the day. Now I get out of my day job in Manchester, all the coffee shops are shut. So I have to do my writing in pubs. And I think it's had a big impact on my material. I'm going to tell you a joke I wrote in Brooklyn and one I wrote in Manchester. We'll see if you can spot the difference. The History Channel is airing a documentary about the volcanic destruction of the ancient Italian city of Pompeii. Now, to advertise this program, they've taken out posters on the sides of New York City buses that read, "How do you outrun lava that's flowing as fast as this bus?" It's an all right ad. Unfortunately for them, a New York City newspaper published a study at the exact same time, which proved, on average, a chicken running at top speed can outrun any New York City bus from point A to point B. And that made me terribly sad because I thought, if only those people of Pompeii had had tiny little saddles. Could have ridden their chickens to safety and had a delicious Parmesan top dinner to celebrate their lives. That's just a dumb observational joke I wrote back in Brooklyn. Here's one I wrote last week at the Nag's Head off of Deansgate. Knock, knock. Fuck if I know, I'm drunk. And that took 5 hours, guys. 5 hours. That joke is sponsored by Real Ale. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you soon.